Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to next session of main stack development. So as we discussed in our previous session, in this our main stack journey, we are going to start with first UI framework, that is Angular. Here, before getting into Angular, just I would like to talk about Angular as we discussed yesterday. Just some what I can select some continuation for the same here. I would like to talk. So before that, here I just created a simple folder in my computer in detail. The folder name is something like a main stack number 2021. So whatever the programs we write or whatever the instructions we write or something some what I can say whatever it may be with respect to our class, I'm going to keep it in this particular folder. So I encourage you people also to create a separate directory for your course learning here. That is, first you create like this, and within that you try to create for exclusively for Angular here. So you can write whatever the name you want. So here I would like to write something like Angular work. Whatever the work we do here with respect to Angular, that is code we have to develop, right? So first project we have to create, and then later we have to write some code, and also. But before that, we require two three things as prerequisites with respect to system I'm talking here. That is, yeah. Anyhow, we should have a PC here, and within that to work with this, we require an editor to create a source code or to write program or to either to create or to edit whatever it is you require an editor here. So when it comes to editor, it can be something like plain text editor can be there. That is, for example, Notepad. This is called a plain text editor, and or we can have something like an IDE integrated development environment tools, IDE tools. But I don't prefer you people to go with the Notepad. So if you are learning something like at basic level and all, it's okay to go with HTML, like HTML or CSS, something if you want to write. Okay to go with this editor called text editor called Notepad. But when we are developing it through Angular and all, I don't suggest you go with uh, normal text editor. So that is the reason here it's better we go with an IDE. So here when it comes to IDEs here, in the market we have different IDEs. So there something like we have something called Sublime Text is there, something some Atom 1 IDE is there, and different IDs were there. Even from Eclipse also some IDs are available, and something like Visual Studio Code VSC we call it as Visual Studio Code is there. So like that we have different IDs are available, but exclusively for this front end that is like this Angular. I prefer to use Visual Studio Code. So I recommend you people if you are compatible already with some other text editor, it's okay fine. But still, I recommend you to uh, have this Visual Studio Code as a preferable IDE for the development. Clear, guys? So this is with respect to system what it should have, and this is editor. And other than that, to check our output, how it is getting displayed and all right. So to check that output, we require a modern browser. So it could be anything, either Chrome or it can be a Firefox or Microsoft related, that is Edge. So I don't recommend you to have Internet Explorer series, Internet Explorer versions will be there. No, so I don't want you to have that Internet Explorer related things. Some errors might be there. So that error has gone. If you want to go with some Microsoft related browser, that Microsoft Edge you can able to use. This is the yeah, this is a symbol for that Microsoft related. Yeah. Okay, fine. Next is to run or to write some code with respect to Angular and make it work on our local machine with respect to output as well. Then we require an execution engine for Angular to run. Actually, as I told you already, Angular is not like a what I can say here is it's not like a technology or new programming language or something like technology. It's built on the top of JavaScript related. That is, and to be precise, it is built on the top of TypeScript, shit. JavaScript and the combination of TypeScript. But to run this at your computer level, at your machine level, at your PC level, you require a runtime environment for that. A runtime environment for that. So that is the reason in your computer, Node.js should be installed. Node.js or Node.js should be installed. So along with that Node.js, an npm something will be there that also has to be installed. But when it comes to Node.js, the moment you install Node.js, at the same time, this npm also will be installed. So how to install Node.js here? I will be showing you. So just to open Google and just to type Node.js. Yeah. So as it is not Chrome, it is giving something else as a first link, but the first link should be this one, nodejs.org. This is the official website for Node.js. Just click that one. There you can directly see something like Node.js is a runtime built on Chrome's V8 engine. Something is there. Okay, JavaScript engine. But here, there, if you look at that one, you can able to see download for Windows x64. 64 indicates my computer, 64 bit. The version is 64 bit. Mostly it is 64 only nowadays. Yeah. So it will auto detect Windows as the default, what I can say, the operating system of my computer, right? If yours is MacBook, then it will show download for Mac something. If it is a Linux machine, then it will show download for Linux. Okay, that is not a big deal. Here, when it comes to version, you have to go with the LTS one, not the current one. So you can click on that LTS one, and that will be downloading an MSI file into your computer. Yeah, I hope you people are already having a node in your computer. If not, also I recommend you to download like this with what I can say, the LTS version. Now, once that is done, you'll be having simply one MSI file will be there, and next simply you have to just to click next like that. That's it. Uh, I think on my desktop earlier, long ago, something I have downloaded. Not sure that is there or not. Node, yeah, here it is there. You're able to see it something like node and then something like something is there. Okay, like that that will be installed, I can say, and that you have to click, and a window will be opened over there. Installation wizard or installation window will be opened over there, and then you have to click next all default options. That's it. Node will be available in your computer. Here's something with some React application I started. Okay. Now I'm in command prompt. and that too in a D drive, no? I mean D drive command prompt. Yeah. Yeah, just would like to check the version of the node here. Whether node is installed in your computer or not. After installation, I'm talking. Just hit this command node space hyphen d. That is, node version. As I told you, npm also should be installed to work with Angular, right? So npm, what is npm handle? Don't worry, we'll discuss about it later. The full form is a node package manager. Just hit enter npm hyphen v. That will show the version of the npm install along with your uh, node. Okay, that is by default it will be available. Yeah, that's it. Anywhere it is, not only in the D drive, anywhere you are there, it should show a node is available. Why? Because whenever we install that node will be installed in your computer globally. Means wherever the folder you are there, that node should be available. Right. So that's it. So these are the prerequisites with respect to Angular before starting Angular. So that is like an editor IDE. So as we fixed it for Visual Studio Code, this is free to use, guys. Here, freeware Visual Studio Code is completely free to use. So here you have to be very careful. That is Visual Studio Code I'm talking. I'm not talking about Visual Studio. If you're talking about Visual Studio, that is also available, but where that is purpose is different. Mostly it is for .NET development. It will be there, and that is not a freeware, or I can say there. Subscription will be there, and also don't get confused with that. So go with the Visual Studio Code, and the symbol will be like this. I hope you are able to see some symbol here. Yeah, here. This symbol is red, so the symbol will be like this when you are trying to install. Fine. Yeah. So this is about certain prerequisites before I start with the Angular. Now, assume a node is there in your computer. Now I have to start work with my Angular. So if I want to start work with my Angular, Angular is like an opinionated framework where what kind of folders and what kind of files we should have in our Angular application is recommended by Angular. Okay, so for example, assume there is one folder structure is recommended in Angular. Then what we have to do is like we have to create that folder structure. So within that, assume some one file folder was there called E2E. Don't worry about what is E2E and all. It's something like SRC folder is there. Inside that we have something that is SRC folder, and inside that we have something like app folder, like that will be there, and in that uh, 2 3 files are there. This is folders I'm talking next. Other than that, angular.json, package.json, 2 files are there. Other than that, few more files are there. Like that, it will be a following certain folder structure here, and this kind of structure we have to maintain. And within that, if you want to create something called component, I told you, right, in Angular everything will be treated as a component instead of new page. That is like if I talk about contact, so instead of having contact.html page, about us.html page, home.html page, instead of that you will be having only one page, one HTML page for your entire application. But those things will be considered as components. So to create components, it's like a class, TypeScript class, but everything, if you want to maintain the folder structure like this, you have to do on your own. You understood, right? So that is you have to do on your own means that approach is called manually or a manual approach. So maintaining this folder structure which ending Angular recommends, it's in that also. If you want to create something like some components and all, there also you have to write something like some Java, like the way you do in Java. You have to create a class name there, and then you have to use some keyword extends and all there, and the top of that class you have to use some decorators, and certain things are there. All the things have to be maintained, so then only it will be created. But definitely, absolutely, they're not going to use this approach at all. Clear? So when we are working with the Angular. So then what we will do? We will be using an approach called, commands, Angular commands. And with the help of that, see, to create a entire application, this structure is there, no? So this entire structure and everything also will be done with simple a single command. Just a two words command we can use. Using that we can able to create it. So those commands are called Angular CLI commands. Those commands are called what, guys? Here we call them as Angular CLI commands. So if you want to use Angular CLI commands in your computer, anywhere, in any of the folder, anywhere, wherever you create your Angular related work, you want to use that stuff, wherever you want to do that, you require uh, you require Angular CLI to be installed in your computer. So that is called Angular. How to install it is Angular CLI. This package name is called Angular CLI. So Angular slash CLI. So where this package is available, where this Angular slash CLI. So to be specific, the package will be like this small Angular slash CLI. So this package is available in what I can say Node.js library, npm library. This package is available. Then how to use it, if you want to use it and all, what we have to do is where we have to install it. So to do that, first thing is Node to be installed in your computer and npm to be available. Okay, so in our computer already it is available. So now just to go to command prompt, just open anything like D drive or whatever maybe the drive, it doesn't matter here. So just open that and then there we have to type a command to install Angular in our Angular CLI in our computer. People call Angular installation, but there is nothing like Angular to be installed in your computer. That is Angular CLI only will be installed. So other than that, the supported package will be there at the back end, but Angular CLI is the one which we will be installing with respect to Angular. So to install that, we have to use a command called npm I. You can indicate I indicates install npm install uh, hyphen g. Hyphen g indicates globally. That is like in whichever the folder you are or the drive you are, it is not like there only the Angular should be available. No, in your entire computer, the Angular should be available to use, right? So we have to use hyphen g and then we have to type this command Angular slash CLI. That's it. Then it will fetch uh, the Angular CLI from npm library and make sure that you are connected to the internet to do this. Yeah. So then what happens, that will be downloading and install. Everything will be done. It will be like within okay, within a minute. Assume within a minute that installation setup is finished. Clear. So once that is done, Angular will be available in your computer. That's why I'm using the word called Angular. Actually, Angular CLI, but Angular is available, which means you can able to create Angular applications with the help of Angular CLI commands. Okay, instead of going with any manual approach here, because as we're using a framework, definitely we take the advantage of using Angular CLI. Again, it's a framework. Again, why to do with the manually the way you do with the plain JavaScript, right? Fine. Yeah. Now assume Angular as CLI has been successfully installed in your computer. Now just some cross checking, as I told you for a node as well, right? Once the installation is done with respect to node, we have just checked node -v for checking the version of node and same is the case with npm, right? Now we have to check Angular also. So the version of the Angular CLI, Angular CLI, I can say, okay, Angular, whatever it is. So to check it, we have to use a command called ng-v. Work. Just a minute. Yeah, here it is showing all the commands related to Angular and actually for Angular related thing, should not use -v. Instead of that, we have to use something called version ng hyphen version. This should work now. Still, it is showing g hyphen version. At least this should work now. Yeah, this has its own style. Okay, getting the version, whatever it is, that doesn't matter to us, right? Ng hyphen version. If you use this command, that gives you the Angular CLI install in your computer. See, if you look at that one, it is not showing Angular. That red color thing is there, right? Some style. Okay, in some way it is there, but that is not showing simply Angular. It is showing Angular CLI. That is what I am telling. Installing Angular in your computer means Angular CLI. Okay, fine. Now there it will show the version. Just to below to that, the first statement will be like Angular CLI 12.2.1. Next, it is showing even Node as well, Node version also, and package manager, which is based on Node, right? That is Node package manager, and your OS structure with 32 style with the system system. And the other packages which will be installed along with the Angular CLI or these things like Angular Dev Kit codes, schematics, and Angular schematics, and something whatever it is. These are support files, guys. Okay, support things which will support at the back end to your Angular application building. Right? Okay, that's it. So this is about before learning or working with your Angular here. Okay. So these are the things which are required, and editor ID. Okay, we have Visual Studio Code. Next one, modern browser is yes. Next, Node just to be installed first is already in there. And now, if you want to create an Angular application and all, first we don't go with this structure manual approach. No, definitely we take the info of Angular CLI commands to do that. So for that to happen, Angular CLI to be installed in your computer. To do that, through npm, we'll be installing this particular command called npm install -g for global installation. Then Angular /CLI. Okay, fine. Now Angular is available now. So now we are going to create one simple application with respect to Angular. But before that, okay. So to create any application uh, using Angular CLI or using Angular, I can say, we have to use this application, this command here called ng new and your Angular application name. Whatever may be the name you wanted to give to your Angular application, that you have to provide that. So in whichever the folder and whichever the structure you folder structure you want to create, whichever the directory you want to create Angular app, first to decide that. Okay, D drive. Okay, you'll be going there at D drive something, some ABC folder, right? And within that some ANG folder, whatever example I'm telling. Okay, there you'll be having you'll be in that directory. Just to first to CD into that directory, and then you try to type this particular command over there. Continue and then application. That's it. Continue and your Angular application. So this has to work. If this has to work, see, this will be creating the entire application for you. You no need to worry. But if this has to happen, Angular has to be installed in your computer. That is, Angular CLI has to be installed. So first you have to do this step. Check Angular is available. Then you have to do this. Okay, fine. So now in my computer, there is already our folder we just created, right? I have told you in D drive. Yeah, there's something like a min stack number 2021. There I have created something like Angular work. Yeah, so within this and here, I would like to create one project now, which is related to Angular. So for that to happen here, what I would like to do here is, okay, there are certain things already open with respect to step. First I'm closing that. Yeah. Now, first I have to create the project now. So already anywhere, any command prompt you can able to open that one. Already things are open. Yeah. First, you have to go to that folder structure. So, what is the structure in D drive? D drive is the structure. So, first, we have to be there in the. This is some Java setting. Yeah, you're in the D drive now. Within that, you have to go to this one, mean stack number 2020. And again, within that, we have something called Angular work. Yeah, that's it. And within this, here, here I'm going to create one Angular application. So, how to create, what is the command we have to use here is ng space new, then our Angular application name. You can write whatever the name you want to write for your Angular application. Here I'm just writing our first Angular application, or whatever it is. I'm just writing our first Angular app. So it's always better to keep this kind of naming for application, guys. So if your application is name is of a single word, then simply write that word. Or if it is a composition of you know 2 3 words, then it's better to use this style. Okay, with hyphen like minus. Okay, fine. Just hit enter. This will take several seconds, or at least I can say 1 2 minutes, maybe to install. Yeah. So it is asking just like would you like to add Angular routing? So what is routing? Why it is asking now? Okay, that kind of things we can discuss when I am discussing about Angular routing concept. At that time, I can discuss what it is asking. So at this moment, I can go with any option like either yes or no. So for time being, I'm going with no. Next, it will be asking what kind of CSS you wanted to use in your Angular application. It will say something SCSS, SSES, something there are some special semantic syntaxes. Okay, or instead of using normal CSS, there are certain things available through certain organizations. Okay, some less CSS that something. Okay, but at this moment I don't want to go with this. Yeah, here you can use uh, what I can say arrows, up and down arrows you can use, and it's better to choose CSS, normal CSS. Just hit enter, then it will take a certain time to create the structure here. But if you look at this one, there are certain commands by default accessing at the backend. What is that command? Create our folder, our first Angular app, and within that Angular.json, one file is created. Next, within that packet.json, readme.md, ts configuration.js, edit configure, git ignore. So all these things we don't use, but they will be created at the backend. Some ts configuration, app.app spec dot something, karma.configuration.js. This is for purely testing purpose. As I told you in the previous session, like Angular by default is testing friendly framework. Our testing is easy in Angular as testing is an integral part of the Angular. So there something like karma.config.js, something is there. These are certain files. But if you look at these files, one of the file is very important thing. That is app folder also created. Within that source folder one created. Favicon is something like or I can say an image kind of logo for your application. Okay. Next, this is very important. Source here something called index.html. You understood right there? So this is the file, HTML file, which is responsible for your entire application, guys. As I already told you, this is a single page application, right? So this is the single page. Which is that single page? This is what that single page is about. Okay, fine. Next, some dots ts file. Yeah, as we already discussed, this will be what I can say is running on ts, right? On the top of TypeScript, everything will be running. So most of the files will be like .ts file, the logic files. Styles.css, where you'll be mentioning the what I can say appearance related, styling related information over there for the entire application. Within the styles.css, if you define something that will be not only to one component or something, it will be applied to the entire application. So all the things whatever you have created, they are like uh, general things. So, but within that the source, you can create within that app, you can create some other components there. That is, that story is different. Okay, fine. Next, some testing and some git keep. Okay, run production. All these things are something. Next, app dot module. This is one of this within that app. App is the one which is a default component for your any application which you create here. Or in other way, I can say app is the top level component. As I already told you, Angular is component based, application, right? Component based framework. Everything will be in terms of components. Okay, that is also it. When it comes to that, here first one component, app component, and that will be like a top level component. Or to make you people to understand in a better way, here I try to draw something here. Assume this is app component or something like that. Within that, in your Angular application, okay, it need not be the same way which we develop, okay, but just for example, I'm telling here, uh, you can have something called uh, home component, or something like some header component, and immediately that you can have something like some displaying related data, some display component can be there. You understood, right? And then something, some login component can be there. Yes, sign up component, or you can use other word, that is a registration component can, or something like some contact component can be there. So these are in this way that structure will be. So this is called your, on the top level app will be the component. So your entire Angular application itself is one component, like the app is a top level component, and something is called module. So as we discussed already in our previous session, there are certain things which are very important with respect to Angular, that is modules. And but before that, component, module. Okay, next is something like service, next directive. So like this, there are few things which are very very important aspects related to Angular. Those we will be learning. Okay, don't worry. Component already we discussed, like it's a very very basic building block of your Angular application, where it is like a reusable structure. Its structure is like a reusability, and whatever we write there, that will be persistent, that will be available there, and that you can able to use any number of times you want. How to use it and all of that story is different. So next, module means like a module is in 2 3 ways we can define, 2 ways at least. But the most important thing which we can understand in a simple way is like module is like a collection of components together. If you want, you can consider that is, if any related components are there, you can make them together, and you can make ensure that those components are under one module. You understood it? So for example, here if you're talking about display here, example, you can have within that some content display might be there sometimes, and what I can say, and some menu display might be there. So just for example, I'm telling within that display something like some menu will be there, and as well as some content display will be there. So this content is one kind of component. Assume like menu is one kind of component, and both belongs to display related thing. Then what I can say, like display will be like my main component, or display will be my module. Within that I'll be having content component, and I can have something like menu component, whatever. Right. So this one simple structure. Okay. Meanwhile, I think that application might have been created. I hope so. still it is installing packages. Yeah, done. Successfully initialized git dot. Okay, fine. Whatever it is, but this application might have been already created. So just to check it, already have that folder, right? So just go to that folder. There's a folder and yeah, that's it. See within that min stack, it's in that Angular work folder. This here we created the app, right? So that's the result. Here an application is created. So this what I can say, there is directory and that remembering how to create is very important. Some people will get confused. So where I want to create my Angular application, within that Angular work folder, I have to create. That is the reason within this min stack, within that Angular work. Here only I ran this command called ng new and then our application. Understood it? So that's it. Now here this is the structure I read. Yeah. So something node modules, SRC, within that SRCC app assets is something within that app. Okay, certain things are there. Just go there and here is the app. Yeah. So, yeah. Few things are uh, created here. I can say few things are created here. These things, if you want to, if you don't want to use that ng new or whatever it is, if you don't want to go with this style using CLI, then what you have to do, this all the things you have to do manually. It's not possible at all because if you're talking about simple file here, any of the file, you can see like anything here. This one, so much of my information is there. Say what is the index file here is index.html default. If you want to change these things, you can say what is the default styles here. So as of now, src and then slash styles.css is there. So this is the one which will be acting as a global styles CSS style and global scripts. If you want to add any extra scripts also to your Angular extra, any JavaScript related framework or any what I can say Bootstrap kind of thing. Yes, Bootstrap for JavaScript also have a library available. If you want to add in the scripts, you can add. But all these things you have to write on your own. Okay, that's the reason. Definitely go with this CLI approach. Okay, fine. Now the application is ready, and now I want to open this application, and I want to, if I want to do some edit and all the things, if I want to do, I don't want to do here. I want to do in my Visual Studio Code. So for that to happen, here I can open this in one way. That is here, just a new window created because already some other applications are already open. That's the reason I'm just going with the new window. Or else in the search bar, here you can type Visual Studio Code and here you can click OK. Then it will be opening a new window here. Okay, this is like this. And there you can click for option called file option. There you can able to see something called open folder. Don't go with open workspace or something. Just go with something called new open folder. File option in that open folder. Click it. There you'll be prompted with this one. Yeah, but I recommend you to right, you have to remember where you have installed, created, not installed, where you have created, you should remember. So that is within the X drive, no, not E drive, D drive you have created, right? So there you have to go to that path D drive, and within that yeah, this is main stack, right? Yeah, within that Angular work. You can open Angular work also, that also will work, but it is within that again one more is there, no? That's better. Just to click this and select that folder. That's it. Now this will be opening in the Visual Studio Code as an Angular application. So and in the latest updated version of Visual Studio Code, it is showing you this dialog box for your safety with respect to security of your computer. So it is asking, do you trust the authors of files on this phone? That is like sometimes you may download some kind of TS files, not application. Sometimes some few things we download, right? TS files, some JavaScript related file, something like that, any third party things. If you download, somebody might have written something, some malicious software also inside that JS file or TS file, right? So that's the reason, for security reason it will ask if it's better you are created, right? So yes, I trusted that. That's it. Now this is available, whichever the things you want to open here, yes, you can able to open. That is like, you should click this index.html. Yeah, so this is the simple file is responsible, this HTML file is responsible for the entire display of your web page. And how it is doing that is only this simple one. Apart from normal HTML here, if you look at this from line 1 to line 13, if you observe, all the things you already know, metadata, that is default created, no? Even in your normal HTML also we have that. But within that body section, you're able to see something new over there. That is app-root, then slash, then again slash app. This is called Angular, not HTML element only, right? It is element, link is element, H1 is element, H2 is element. But app-root something is like, custom element. We have our own element. You understood right here? App-root is our own element. Generally in HTML we don't add any our own elements, right? We have only predefined elements H2. What is the purpose, why to use it, that we will know and we will use it. That's it. Nothing more. But here we have something called app-root. This is responsible for the entire content to be displayed. So within this app structure, here so much of data is there. There we will be doing so many things. Okay, what and all we will see. But that entire thing will be displayed. Entire thing will be, what I can say, like compiled, and that will be given to this particular line called, just 11th line. Whatever you assume, like, you have 20 files you created. The 20 files data, what to be displayed, everything will be compiled at the backend. Just that will be replaced in the 11th line. That's it. That is getting displayed. Now first I would like to run this Angular application. I told you that Angular application already created it, so this has to be run. So now generally to run any JavaScript related application and all, there what I can say is like, normal JavaScript application or normal HTML JavaScript related application. There some HTML files will be there and certain JavaScript files will be there. The moment you want to run your application, means you don't need to do anything special. You don't require any server to run. What you will be doing is like, simply you'll be opening that folder. There 4 or 5 HTML files and some JavaScript files, whichever the file you want to open. Just to click home.html. That's it. That file will be open, and within that you will be having links. No, that's you can click a home page link and sign up link, that will be open. That's it. Some JavaScript will be happening at the back end, that will be executed. Why? Because browser will execute JavaScript code. That's it. Simple, it will be happening. But when you're talking about this Angular, this is developed with the help of and on the top of with the help of Node.js runtime. It is developed, okay, fine. But when it comes to this running, which one you will run? So if you click that index.html also, I hope it will not show what I can say, content over there. Yeah, see index.html. Now I am clicking, then it should open in the browser. Yes, it is open, but if you look at this, what data it is showing? Nothing it is showing. Why? Because this is not the way we'll be opening or running this application. You understood, right? So for this to happen, we need a server to run. So that is called a development server. So this is not a server which I am talking about, production level. That is like, once your application is ready and you are going to deploy this application in one particular server using AWS server or using any of other cloud server or without cloud, and you are having your own server, whatever it may be. That is not here I am talking. It's a development server to run this application, to test this application, to debug this application. You need a server, default server, right? So that along with Angular, that is available within the Angular, it is that the development server is available. The only thing is, if you want to run that server and if you want to check the output of Angular, you have to type just CLI command. That's the command name is ng-server, guys. That's it. Will by default open in the what I can say, an IP address called localhost. It will be opening in the localhost and with a port number called 4200. That is the default port number, and if you want to change that later, you can change it. So but I want to run that. So to run it, which application you want to run? So just go there. Yeah, this is the application I want to run. Right. So here also I can run, or within my this one, what I can see. Here also I can run. So here you have something called terminal, right option, and click new terminal. Now something will be opened here that is called same your command prompt, your operating system's command prompt here. See, if it is a Windows, I can say command prompt. If it is a Mac, maybe terminal or something like that. So that will be there. So that is default as it say as it is same. This is same as it is same as that of this one command prompt. From here you can run, or from here you can run. So at this moment, wantedly I want to run from a normal command prompt, because every day will be running from integrated command prompt or terminal, I can say whatever it is there. So always we'll be going with integrated terminal only, which is integrated. Integrated means inside the Visual Studio Code. But this is just for understanding. It can be run from here as well, just to show that. Yeah, now it will not work. See what it is telling. The serve command requires to be run in an Angular project only, but a project definition is could not be found, because within that Angular work we don't find any project related information, because we have to run this command within the project. So where is my project? Inside this is my project, and here I have to run this command now in this it will take several seconds, maybe a minute, as I'm doing it for the first time. Okay, that may take uh, some compilation process might happen at the back end, but it will be running. Just wait, some setup is happening, some bundling activities happening. Yeah, it is showing that the bundling process has been done total. If you look at that initial chunk file, something is there, vendor.js, polyfills.js, some style.js, and some main.js, runtime.js. You understood, right? So what is that? What does it mean here? As I already told you, this is built on the top of TS, right, TypeScript. Even if you look at this folder structure also, there you don't find anything like .js files. See here, .ts, ts, .ts, that only will be there. You don't see within the app also app-component .ts, ts. Forget about HTML, CSS, but ts. Here I module.ts. Clear? So you don't find anything like JS files, but browser understands only JS. JavaScript browser cannot run other things. You understood, right? Then how it will be happening is you no need to worry about this. You don't need to break your head for this. Angular itself will do all the activity. Means the moment you are running your application, it will convert the entire TypeScript code into a related JavaScript. That's the compilation will be happening at the backend. Browser will run it. Now it is ready to open. So it is telling like localhost 4200. Then just go there. You can open there. Take one. Yeah, here I will have to open localhost 4200. Just hit that one. Then it should, yeah, this is the, now this application is running now. So yes, so much of other data is there, some stuff is there here. Okay. So many things are there. Now I don't want all these things. Actually uh, there is something called here app. Within the app you have app component.html. One subfile is there called this one, and this is responsible for displaying the Just a minute, guys. Yeah. Here, this is so much of data is there, and here you can able to see this as well. Content below is only for placeholder and can be replaced, and delete the template below and to get started with your own project. So this whatever this is there, and I don't want to have all this stuff at this moment, and just okay, it has so much of data. I'm just removing it. Just here I'm adding something, some simple H3. Yeah, that's it. Now save this and just go there. And you don't need to reload. That will automatically reload it. You understood, right? So manually we no need to uh, reload that one. So for example, see uh, here what I am writing. Hello, uh, hello friends. Just I am writing something. Hello friends, and welcome to right. Here just to save this one and just to open your this one. That's it. That will be automatically reloaded. You understood? That's it. So this is your Angular application. Yeah. So okay, that's it, guys. I don't want to give much stuff. Just only the first day itself. Okay. Uh, as a recap, this one. Just I want you people to do these things. Okay. Try to install Visual Studio Code. Okay, that will be you can install. I know. Node.js you have to install in your computer. Then try to install this Angular CLI using this command. Okay, and then after this Angular CLI is available, then try to create a folder. Within that folder, wherever you want to create your Angular application, just give some name Nginx and then create that application, and then just run that application within first CD into that and just run that application in Nginx. So that's it. Yeah, other things we'll be discussing in our next session, guys. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you. We'll meet in our next session. But do this process of installation and just running your first Angular application. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye.
Keshav, I have a one query.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm audible, Keshav?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Actually, I have a one query regarding the Angular code facing issue when I'm parsing the data. Like I put on the chat window, Angular map HTTP response to object creating a issue. When I am trying to parse it. Can you provide some code example or some URL? Should I study on that and after that I am able to do that? I was blocked on that part. I am blocked on that part actually. Uh,
But
I use this when I'm creating a model, so it's not taking it up. I will show you the my code actually. Can I
okay.
share my screen now? This type of function I'm
Actually,
using.
now it's not possible, Sakshi, because it's already
Mm-hmm.
getting late. Your friends are waiting in React. Uh,
Okay,
Probably
okay.
tomorrow.
So
Tomorrow
when
we'll
it
see.
will possible, or either you can share some link through which I can get and I can change this function so that I can get the value in the string format from the. Actually, it's hitting the controller, it's hitting my API, but when I'm getting outputs, it's giving throwing me error of for parsing
No,
issue.
no, no.
So
You do one
can you
thing.
share
You do one
something?
thing. Hello,
Mm-hmm.
Sakshi.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
I told you right. So it's like already getting late.
Late,
You just
late,
uh,
late.
this is my
Mm-hmm.
mail ID. I'm just dropping my you know mail ID. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to see visual keshav.visualpath.com. Okay, you know my name, right? Simply keshav.visualpath.com. That's it. KESHAV keshav dot visualpath at gmail.com.
This. Uh, Any,
Okay.
will you able to share any URL regarding this issue? I need to solve that issue. Yeah, I got your ID. Okay, I got your ID. So, will you ping me some URL so from where I can resolve this issue? Keshav, you there? Hello.
Yeah, you just drop the things to my
Uh,
mail. I will let you know. Okay. They are asking me to
okay,
join that one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Your friends are waiting. Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
In the chat box,
Actually,
just
I need
just
to
put that one
complete it
mail.
today in the morning only. Okay. Okay. I'm pinging you
See,
whenever you get time in the morning, first
whatever
half,
queries are
please.
that just drop to that mail ID. Sure. Your query just drop to
Okay,
that
I
mail
will.
ID. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.